What if I told you that you don't have a motivation problem and you don't have a discipline problem either? Most of the time it's that you're trying to build a new life while still operating as the old version of you. You have the same exact habits every single day. You wake up and do the same thing and make the same choices, but you expect your life to change. And that's why nothing seems to stick. That's why you always find yourself starting over every Monday, every new month, or every time that you get a new spark of motivation. And it's not that you're not trying, it's that the identity underneath has not been shifted yet. So therefore, you're not really changing. You're constantly looping and repeating the same cycles. And in this video, I want to break down what actually has to shift if you want a different life, without forcing it, without burning out, and without living in this constant start over cycle. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tiara, and right now we are in our inner glow season. Inner glow season is about becoming the best version of yourself from the inside out. Not just through routines or motivation, but through real mindset shifts, identity changes, and learning how to stop abandoning yourself so you can actually grow into the life that you want. It actually started as a 30-day short form series, and so many of you resonated deeply with it that I decided to bring it here in long form. So if you've been feeling stuck or inconsistent, or like you keep starting over, you're in the right place. For as long as I can remember, I am someone who could get completely obsessed with something. I even self-diagnosed myself with ADD. I actually need to go to the doctor and see if I have that or not. But I always get like these huge bursts of motivation. I would get a new idea, a new goal, a new version of myself that I was so excited to become. And I would pour everything into it. I'm talking hours of research, making a perfect plan, buying the things I thought I needed, creating routine, convincing myself that this is it. This is the thing that's going to change my life. And to be honest, sometimes I'll stay locked in for weeks, maybe even a couple of months, but eventually the excitement would fade. Life would end up getting busy, I'll get tired, or I'll miss a day, and then that one day ends up turning into forever. Then I would quietly abandon the one thing that I was once so passionate about. And every single time I would ask myself the question, what is wrong with me? Why can I be so passionate, so motivated, and so capable in the beginning, but struggle to keep going when the newness wears off? I thought I either needed more discipline, or I just needed to force myself harder, or that I was just someone who didn't follow through. But what I realized was I was not struggling with consistency. I was operating from the identity of someone who didn't follow through. So everything changed when I stopped trying to force new habits and started becoming the person that showed up for the things that she wanted in life. Number one, I came to the realization that I cannot change my life without first changing who I am and how I'm showing up in the world. Your thoughts shape your reality. So everything that you think of yourself is what comes to pass in real life. So most people try to just change their lives by changing their habit. They jump into a new workout plan, a new routine, a new to-do list. And while those things can help, they do not solve the deeper issue, and you always end up going back to the old you, because habits don't stick if the identity underneath them hasn't changed. Your identity is what feels normal to you. It shapes what you tolerate, what you repeat, and what you believe that you're capable of doing. So if deep down you see yourself as someone who is inconsistent or someone who doesn't follow through, your actions will eventually fall in line with that, no matter how hard you try to override it. And that's because we all tend to act in alignment with the story that we believe about ourselves. For example, I always felt like I was someone who was quiet and reserved. So in certain social situations, I would act quiet and reserved. So therefore, in my reality, I was constantly proving to myself that I was a quiet and reserved person. And it wasn't until I started showing up and being more outgoing that I realized that I'm not actually a quiet and reserved person. So the real question isn't how do I become more disciplined? It's what version of me am I operating from right now? Because you can't consistently build a new life while still holding on to an old identity. Number two, you're addicted to restarting, and it's actually stopping your progress. Something I wish someone told me sooner is that most of us don't actually have a consistency problem. We have a restarting problem. Just think about it. How many times have you told yourself that I'll start over on Monday, or I'll start for the new month? It may sound productive, but if you're constantly starting over, you're never allowing yourself to fully become and embody the person that you want to be. Because every time you restart, you're constantly reinforcing the identity of someone who quits and begins again, instead of someone who stays and persists and shows up even when they don't feel like it. The glow up isn't about starting over every time things go wrong. It's about showing up for yourself even when you're tired and don't feel like it. It's about persisting through and getting back on track after a bad day, and realizing that one mistake does not erase all of your progress. The woman that you're trying to become isn't perfect. She just doesn't keep abandoning herself every time things get hard. Number 3, start taking action before you feel ready. This is where most people get stuck. They're waiting to feel motivated, waiting to feel confident, or waiting to actually feel like the version of themselves that they want to become. But what we've discussed in this video so far, that is not how it works at all. Most of the time, you don't feel ready first. You start anyway. You speak up when you don't feel confident. You still take action whenever you feel nervous. I mean, we all get nervous. But it's about working through the nerve. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start becoming the version of yourself that you've been chasing all along. You don't become her all at once. It happens through the small choices that you make every day. Choosing to show up when it would be easier not to. Choosing to try again even when you didn't even do your best. Choosing to keep going even when you feel like stopping. That's when change actually happens. Not in one big moment, but in the quiet decision to keep going one day at a time. So if you've been feeling stuck lately, I want you to hear this. You're probably a lot closer than you think. You don't need a completely different life. You don't need a new personality, and you definitely don't need to change your life entirely. You just need to stop giving so much power to the version of you that doesn't match where you're trying to go anymore. Because every single day you're quietly shaping who you're becoming through your habits, your choices, your thoughts, and the promises that you keep to yourself. And the thing is, you always get another chance to choose differently. You get another vote today. So if this video resonated with you, welcome to your inner glow season. And if you're ready to stop thinking about change and actually become the woman that you know you're meant to be, I created the Inner Glow Workbook to help you do exactly that. It's filled with mindset shifts, reflection prompts, and exercises that will help you break old patterns and create the life that you always dreamed of. Just comment down below Inner Glow and I'll send you the link. Also, before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.